out of the mouths of babes. As youth, for so long we have been told we do not have a voice. Before we go into what the kids have to say or the youth have to say about their opinion, prepare yourself. This is what they're feeling. We are allowing them to unmask their own opinions. They don't have a voice. No one is listening to them. And as adults, a lot of us are not standing up for them for whatever reason. You're about to hear out of the mouth of babes how they feel. And this will be one of many series to come. Prepare yourself.
I would say the District of Dallas.
And he the first one said, I will. Action.
I'm Gregory Cherry.
And I'm Cherry.
Rashad Connor.
Isaiah Cherry. Isaac Cherry.
And today we're here for a serious matter. We're here to petition
the city of Dallas.
And we are with
StreamMySchools.com.
We believe that this is an important petition because of our inner city youth. And we believe that these inner city youth should have the same accessibility as other recreation centers that's across the city. And what if I was to tell you, Rashad, that 95% of our inner city recreation centers have computers, but they're not working?
Well, if they're not working, then most people just start going to the sports, focus on that, then rather just finish their homework when they could just tell the counselor that the computer's not working so they can fix it so they can finish their homework. But most of them, they would just go to the gym and just focus on sports. They'd rather getting their education done and they're having their career and stuff ready to go. So I don't know what they're gonna be doing when that actually happens to the new generation. Computer stuff.
So what would you do if you had homework and the library was 2 miles away and you don't want to walk there alone by yourself and your mom does not have transportation, and here's a recreation center right down the street, and that recreation center, which is supposed to be there for you, has computers that does not work?
Feels me. I'm not going to walk to a library that's 2 miles away if I got friends or if I don't. I'm going to the recreation center or staying after school or trying to find a way to get that homework done in case computers don't work at home. And if you have computers in a recreation center and they don't work, what's the point of them being there?
Great.
That's a good question. Me, I would feel mad because I have to walk 2 miles because that's my only option, you know. I can't go home and get it done because I don't have a computer. That's probably what they're thinking. So they're like, what do I do? Man, I have to walk this 2 miles. If I have to walk this 2 miles, sure, I got to get my homework done. So they're going 2 miles to get the homework done. And if the library, internet ain't working, they're screwed. So they come back and they're like, man. And they act up. So that's all I have to say. So they very, very pissed.
Rashad.
Well, how it would affect me, I would be mad like Gregory said, but I know it would affect my grades and I would have to just think of a way to just try to get my homework done at school rather than just going to recreation or doing it at home. Because I can do better in school and ask for help if I need help with the computer just in case it mess up or something. But either case, but 2 miles is going to be too long and friends probably don't want to go and you just what the heck, and then somebody just your grades gonna be failing, you're not gonna get a career, you're not gonna get into any colleges. And, that's all I had to say about it.
Why is this important to you, Mr. Isaac?
It's important to me because they say minorities live in the inner city and we don't have a lot of education, GEDs, or dropping out of school. It's because in the neighborhood we don't have computers, insufficient funding. How are we supposed to know if everything's done with technology? We don't know how it works. By the time we get to high school, we're behind, slacking years, while everybody else knows. We don't know how it starts at a young age. It's gonna be harder for us to know. Then, which leads to us having worse jobs, dropping out of high school.
And yourself, Mr. Gregory?
Well, like Isaac said, if you don't have what, like insufficient funds, you living in the hood, the only thing you possibly know is gangs or drugs. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the opportunity to know about computers. I have the opportunity to know about being a fat. All you know is drugs, rapping, and basketball and sports. That's all you possibly know because you don't have the options that people that live in the suburbs or people that lives in mansions, or people that are celebrity that moved out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? So if they bring computers like they say they should that actually work, or the internet is up to speed, and they actually start camps to teach youth that they have more options, and then by the time they get to high school, they already know their options. They already know what they want to do, and then they'll have a lot more opportunities than people that don't know, that only know gangs, drugs, and sports.
And yourself, Rashad?
Well, like Gregory said, like basically they gonna learn more things about sports, but like they not gonna learn about education, and they're not gonna have a career instead of like they trying to get jobs, but they want a career, and so they gonna be dropping out of more high schools than what they gonna really be doing, and they mostly just gonna stay on the streets instead of having homes, and I don't know, just hanging out with their friends and not gonna know what to do with the computers basically.
And yourself, Isaiah?
Oh, well, first I gotta say is that when you walk into a recreation center, the first thing you think of is activities. You don't ever think of education. So, what I would say is, out of the whole recreation center, you walk into the restroom, it's dirty. When you walk inside to go get a water fountain, the water fountain is dirty. When you walk into the gym, it's probably the cleanest place inside the recreation. I'm talking about spotless. So, I gotta say, put the computer labs into the recreation to add more education into the recreation and add more education into the neighborhoods and not make that one of the filthiest places inside the recreation, but one of the most sanitary.
Our previous camp, we had over 99 students that came to the camp every single day. When asked, how are you guys supporting this camp? That camp was supported out of my own personal pocket. Why? Because we believed in the idea, we believed in the concept, and we showed that it was effective. Can I continue to fund this? No. That's why we're reaching out, because we want to continue to assist and help build our community, one student at a time, one youth at a time, one parent at a time, one business at a time. And we truly believe that we can do this effectively with everyone coming together, agreeing on those things that we do agree on, which is our youth and saving our youth. We have so many Hispanics, African American, and Caucasians that are in poverty, and they just need positive education. As adults, these kids are asking what's going on with the adults. Now it's time for us to collectively come together and say, as adults, this is one thing we're going to come together on, to agree to help you guys. Because we believe.
And how important do you think computers are? I mean, in today's new technology.
I think it's very important. Everything you see, computers, touchscreen computers, laptops, computers where the keyboard doesn't have to be attached, Bluetooth keyboarding. I mean, computer. Everything you see is on a computer. It was started on a computer. It all started with the computer. So computers are the pioneers for education.
Oh, well, same question. Yeah, like I just said, it's the pioneer. You know, it all started with the computers, the science behind the computers, the circuitry. You know, even you don't know what next genius can come next if they don't ever have the chance or the opportunity to even start on a computer. You know what I'm saying? Let's imagine that Albert Einstein didn't go to school, or Nikola Tesla didn't patent up everything that we use as far as the circuitry. Just imagine if they didn't have that opportunity that they had. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same way. You don't know the next Albert Einstein. You don't know the next Nikola Tesla. You don't know the next George Washington Carver. You don't know the next person that can come up next. You know what I'm saying? So if they never had an opportunity, then you just wasted the next genius. You're just gonna be a genius in a different facet. Probably worse off, but if you never gave him a chance, how would you know? How would you know what he would have created? He gonna be a genius at being a drug dealer, composed to being a world leader. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say.
I know I saw on the news where the mayor was talking about, bringing the Republic National Convention to the city of Dallas. He said that Dallas, Texas is the number one in fundraising, and they have a numerous amount of resources when it comes to finances. But if you go down the street to the inner city neighborhoods, what do you feel about that? A city that's booming, but they can't take care of the kids in these inner city neighborhoods who are suffering.
For me, what I'm thinking is two things. Either they lying about these resources they getting, or they ain't spreading the money around right. Like, y'all saying we are tomorrow. Kids of today are tomorrow. And realize, if we tomorrow, and I go to these recreation centers, we ain't got no computers, nothing about education. I'm thinking y'all don't care about tomorrow. Y'all thinking about now, y'all pockets, until it's time for y'all to go. And it's today. Y'all think about today, not tomorrow. So it's like fixed. The money that's is not being spread around right. You go to suburban neighborhoods, they got everything you could dream of. Computers, all in one, just thinking. Then you go to inner city, and then you just like, what happened to all the computers and all this money that y'all getting? Y'all getting all this money, where's the computers? And then everybody dropping out of high school because they don't know anything.
Anybody else have any comments on that?
I would say, like you said, the money's getting dropped around and moved around. It's not right. They probably thinking, well, they can just go to a library. The only mislogical thing about that is they trying to put the money in their pockets. That's the only way, because they trying to show that the money is getting shown so that the public can think that it's getting distributed evenly, even though they live in the life and seeing a lie. You know what I'm saying? So the only way you can solve that problem is you got to show them the truth. Show them the truth. That's the only way you can do it. The truth will hurt the people that is lying the most, if you get what I'm saying. So if you show them the truth is there is no computers there. And then when the Republicans see that, and they like, man, they lying to me. I wonder what else they're lying about. When they start unfolding, the truth will spread. So it will start showing in the financial books, and it'll become a big scam. That's all. It only starts with people talking up about it. You know what I'm saying? So if they have millions, like they said, they're either lying about the resources or they taking the money. That's the only two routes it can go.
Or they don't want to invest it in the kids, like they say the kids are tomorrow.
Yes. So that's the only two options. So why can't they afford the computers? They already have millions, and they about to get more millions. Why can't they afford computers
In the inner city neighborhood.
that works? They be like, well, they have computers. We're not in a lawyer's type of case. Do the computers work?
I spoke with someone last week with the city of Dallas, and she told me that Larry, I think Larry Johnson Recreation Center, 2 weeks ago, and that's 3 weeks ago now, received new computers, and they have internet. I called the Larry Johnson Recreation Center. I told her who I was, and I said, so how's those new computers out there? And she said they don't work. I said, what do you mean they don't work? That doesn't make sense. Y'all have new computers. She said, I said they don't work. We got them 2 weeks ago, but they're not working. What do you think about that? Who can give someone computers that don't work?
That's exactly what I said. It's either they don't care about the innermost people because they already thinking that they gonna stay in that trap. You know what I'm saying? So I think what they're doing is, they have their families, their kids. They help give the money to that recreation center, give them the working computers, and make sure their kids. And when they say that whole phrase, tomorrow, you are today's tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? They're talking about their kids. They're not telling everyone that they're talking about their kids. They're saying it in such a way to scam everybody else to thinking so they can stay in that office, so they can continue getting that money.
To me, I think it's the fact of prejudgment. When you hear recreation, you think of activity. And when you bring computers into a recreation, they already prejudging. Like, these kids are not really used to computers. They're going to get on computers, create viruses, and just leave it. So, I think it's prejudgment.
For me, I think most schools are just want to just pay for things like expanding rooms, pay for things that's not necessary for the exact thing, but they need to start paying for computers. If the city's bombing, they just need to start paying for computers rather than unnecessary things. And plus, if they don't pay for computers, they go right back to the test, but they just gonna sit there, be bored, and fall asleep. And then you wonder why we ain't having a correct education while we fall asleep, because the book is just sitting there, and you just sit there like, oh my god, I'm bored. You just fall asleep, and your teacher just give you a detention or something. And
Wow, it's
I
powerful.
say a solution to this: if they're not giving you the money and the computers is broke, find a way of, if you know somebody that know how to fix computers, have them teach the youth. For just in case they don't give you the money, have them teach the youth how to fix the computers, how to fix the internet, how to set that up. You know what I'm saying? So that it can work. So that when they do go to the library, even if they go to the library and the library computer ain't working, they'll know how to fix it. I know how to fix it. You know what I'm saying? But if they go to that rec center and it's not working, then they'd be like, hey, okay, I know how to fix this. So they can go up to the desk and call the technician and make sure that they're watching it right, make sure that they're doing every step right. You know what I'm saying? So that they can complete their homework. And then over time, then we'll beat this big case. But other than that, that's the only solution I can see to solve the problem. That way you can just solve it and fix the computer and be done with.
For me, I'm thinking two things. I'm thinking they giving us the right computers, or we don't know how to put it together because they never gave us the right computers, and we're steady breaking them. So it's like they started like a disease you giving us computers, yeah, they work. They're supposed to work, but if we don't know how to work the computers, because you never gave us the computers in the past, people are gonna be breaking them because they don't know how to use it, or they giving us Throwback Thursday computers, old computers that nobody's using, the big fat computers that gets no internet. That's what I think.
Can anyone tell us what, or if you guys know, what's the purpose of streammyschool.com?
The purpose of streammyschool.com is for people who want, say, there's a football game or drama event or just anything and their kid is involved or family. They want to see it, but they can't. They don't have the time to come out and see it, or they don't have transportation to go and see it. So they could go to streammyschool.com and pay a fee so they can see it, and they'll see how their kid is doing without having to be there.
And where does that fee go to?
The fee goes to the school or the organization or the fundraiser that particular channel has set up. So a portion of that goes to the company for the website and for the channel or whatever. And a portion of that, huge portion of that, goes to the actual channel owner and their fundraiser and whatever they're trying to set up. So if they're having a charity, it goes straight to the charity. That's what it's for.
Also, to piggyback on what is Stream My Events for, I would say it's for live streaming. Like, there's not too many live streaming out in the, I guess, Dallas. So we're trying to bring it back, or just produce more live streaming.
And to add to that, Stream My School, and it's funny that you guys, when you spoke about the best way to teach the kids when a computer go down is to teach them how to fix it. When we do all around city camps in these inner city neighborhoods, we're teaching them about big brother conversations. A lot of kids who just need someone that they could talk to, problems that they may have that they don't know the answer to. Well, you have men, strong men who are prepared to have big brother conversations. You have ladies who have classes like women etiquette classes to teach the inner city young ladies how to have proper etiquette when they're going out to eat, when they're sitting, when they're dressing, how to look, etc. We have life coaches. Life coaches is for those parents who may not be able to reinforce what these educators are teaching their sons and daughters. So when these sons and daughters go home, guess what? The parents will also know how to reinforce what it is that's being taught. If these recreation centers are equipped with the proper computers and internet speed, then that means we will be able to educate these youth when they come to these recreation centers in something other than basketball and football and all of these different types of camps. We want to bring educational camps to them. Now, I want to ask you guys something, because you guys was a part of the last camp where we had over 99 kids that would come every single day. What was that camp like for you guys?
For me, it was quite enjoying. I learned how to basically become a better young man than what I am today.
For me, it was fun, and it taught us very things like young men, and they even had sports camps, so you don't think it's just all official and uptight and boring. So if you want to go, you gonna learn, and then you still gonna get your fun in playing sports, and just did a plethora of things.
I had a learning experience as far as like teaching math, how to learn how to do a curriculum. It helps me out on a daily basis, and then even go into a class as far as like the big brother, little brother, even see that environment, it was different. To see the most what we call people from the hood, or the most
Troublemakers.
Yeah, what you would call troublemakers or loudmouths or bad kids.
Uncontrollable kids.
Yeah, see them sit down and talk about how they feel and not mask it. Not be like, man, I'm a G, I don't feel nothing. Because you taught them to have no heart and not to cry. But to see them be free, you know what I'm saying, to be themselves, that's like the biggest achievement ever, because you help those kids in life. You help them to start thinking again, and even if they do go back into that lifestyle, they gonna already know, and they might mentor and change the whole gang religion. So when you start changing gangs, instead of it becoming bad, it's gonna start becoming good. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you can even do that. But either way they go, they already gonna have a different mentality. So you already changed them, whether it's good or bad.
And another thing about that is what we did is we created positive channels. When you look at the cable, everything is so negative. Everything is about sex. But when you create positive channels that these kids can go to on a daily basis, and one day they may, at 5 o'clock, they may want to tune into Big Brother conversation. They may learn something. They're able to also be involved by typing at their library or another library and say, hey, you know what about this topic? This is a topic that I'm having a problem with. Or at 6 o'clock, they may want to learn something about mixed martial arts, and they'll be able to go to that particular channel on their mobile phone. They'll be able to go to that particular channel on the internet, and they'll be able to learn some things about martial arts and self-defense, being bullied. If they want to learn something about math, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you was a math instructor. You did a great job, by the way. And let's say that they want to learn something about math, they can be being tutored by going to that particular recreation center that's providing the necessary internet speed and computers, and they can learn from that perspective as well. So what we're doing, we're asking the city of Dallas to not only provide working. Do you think it's a coincidence that it's only in an inner city neighborhood that these computers and internet is not working?
Yeah.
That's why I said the only solution.
No, I don't. I think they doing it on purpose. Come on. We ain't gotta lie. Be honest. They doing this on purpose. It ain't like the computer messed up the money machine or something, or somebody spilled soda on the keyboard or something. Come on, we all know. So they're doing this on purpose. Come on. It's obvious.
What do you have to say, Rashad? Cat a gap you that way.
I don't know. I had nothing to say.
So what we're doing, we're asking the city of Dallas to not only provide working computers, working internet, but we're also asking the city of Dallas to fund this project, because we've showed that it already worked. We're asking athletes, we're asking sports teams. Who else can you think about that we can ask to say
Celebrity.
I'll say Nas. I know Nas will love this, because once it starts spreading, or even military officers. I know some military people that would fund this, but I can ask, sergeants, because they would love to teach their youth, their sons, their daughters.
Okay. Who do you think you can ask that may say, I want to jump on board and provide a different way of teaching our youth, since the current way is not working?
We can try to use teachers, we can try to provide good teachers for different subjects, you know how we have currency today, right? Yeah, I'm trying to think of good teachers that will be willing to not care for the money, but use it for good use instead of unnecessary things. Instead of just getting for themselves, they can just spread so they can get more education done. That's all I say.
Okay.
Same thing Rashad said. Teachers, because there's teachers out there that teach a whole different way than the usual strict, no laughing, oh, what are you doing? Or they teach different. They allow their kids to use their phones for, look up videos, or they even have, my math teacher, Mr. Nigro, he sent out paperwork but it wasn't exactly hard to do because they have everybody has barcode scanners. The only thing we had to do was scan the barcode through our phone, and he taught us how to do the video by posting it. Well, he didn't post it on YouTube, but he found the video and he had us scan it so we could see the video at home in a more extensive way. Cause in case you ain't get something, we could rewind it. Cause at school, we there's how long we're in a certain class, so it just allow us to be more independent.
I would say more funding, like selling candy, selling goods, and just getting the students more active to rebuild the computers.
Okay. And the last question: what do you guys think about some of the work that you guys have done as far as working with Stream My School? How do you enjoy that?
I like it. It's fun. I mean, meet new people every day. Meet funny security guards. Just meet.
What do you mean by that?
It's just seeing people's faces and how they look at you to see. It's like putting faith back in our youth. Because nowadays, when people see kids like, oh, you little bad kid, oh. But now everybody, when they did that, it's like faith came back.
They did what when you say that?
When you see you working with cameras and they're not trying to steal it at the end of the day. Because it's a stereotype that little kids like be a little grabby. So I'm not gonna say thief. I'm gonna say grabby, cause I don't think they do it. Oh, I'm just gonna steal it because I want to steal it. I think they have it and do it for use. I'm not promoting stealing. Please don't steal. But like, if you see kids working with important things and they're not trying to steal it, it's like faith, cause makes them trust it.
I'd say it gives the students something to do, because in the summertime, you're out of school. Where you at? You shot the neighborhoods, gang banging. I'm not gonna say drug dealing.
Yeah, you just did.
But you're out there doing negative things instead of changing and making a way to the positive way. So I'd say it gives the kids something to do.
So what do you like? What do you like about working with the cameras, though? What do you like about it personally?
The people that's there, I guess. You might be able to meet some young ladies.
Like you too. Okay.
Yeah, I like the young ladies.
Just good to talk about.
It's fun just to even be able to go behind the camera and the live stream, and then to say everybody, hey man, I just live streamed this show, and people looking at you. You didn't live stream no show. How old are you? Oh, I'm about 19, 15, 12. You didn't live stream no show. Sit down. And then they see you. He did live stream a show. How did he live stream a show and I can't even live stream a show? How much that paid? You know, questions like that, you know, just to even get that opportunity to live stream and do something that nobody our age really get a chance to do that often, because you have to go to college. They say you have to learn how to work the camera, but if you never had that opportunity, how you gonna learn about the camera? So that's why they grab you, because they're curious. They're like, I wonder what this is. I never seen this before. And they forget it's not theirs, and then by the time it happens, they I didn't mean, I'm sorry. Not promoting stealing, like Isaac said, but just saying,
Please don't.
please don't steal. But that's the reason why, is their curiosity, because they want to know how does it work, because they never seen it before. It's like seeing a new candy bar in the store, and you're just like, I want that candy bar. I just want to see what it tastes like, you know? That's what it's like. So.
Okay. Is there anything in closing that you guys want to say?
Well, for me, you know, the question you asked Like for,
Make sure you
well, like
get
for me, like it'd be fun also because you can just express yourself and you don't have to hide behind like a certain object and just hold you back. Like 'cause for me, when I was little, I used to be shy, but I started learning new things about cameras and new technology, and I started getting more better at not being more shy and just be out there, just not in the dark, but in the light.
Great answer. Great answer. Anything in closing that you guys want to add?
Um,
Hidden cameras. Make sure you watch that. Stay tuned. I mean, hidden history, not hidden cameras. They talking about cameras. It blurps out, but it's hidden history. You know, it's gonna be on Stream My Events or Stream My Schools. All right. So if you fund it, you're gonna learn history. Okay, it's true history, not the hidden stuff that they don't want to tell you. I'm just telling you history.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Watch Sports with Isaac. You can see his sexy face every day. Well, not every day, but at a certain time. I know y'all gonna miss me.
What is Sports with Isaac?
It's me. I mean, I'm reporting sports and every big sport that's going on, trades, and hopefully I help people, sports athletes, to beat up with me.
Okay. To be what?
Be there with me.
Okay.
me, I gotta say, at them computers, don't do drugs.
Don't steal.
For sure.
Well, for me, just don't be stupid. Like watch the not what I'm trying to say right. It's like I'm gonna put this like nasty content if I'm trying to say. Yeah, don't be stupid and just just act the way you act. Just change your life a little.
Stream My Events was told many times by individuals who pretty much know the system that if we truly want to be successful, we should go to a different city. Because of our concept, because of our idea, this would blow up very, very quickly. Our response was, if we were to do that, what about the students in the inner city who will be left behind? We were told that if you go to certain areas, you guys will be successful quickly. And that means certain areas, even in the city of Dallas. Our response was, the reason why we're in the inner city and seeking funding is because we know that these kids in the inner city cannot afford to pay for these camps. But if these camps can be funded by special groups or special interest groups or whomever, we can together help these inner city kids or those who are definitely interested in learning or in wanting a better life. Why go somewhere else and provide such webinars or education to those who are already receiving it? I'm a firm believer that if you have one bad apple, it can poison all of the other apples if you do not effectively rid yourself of that apple before it's too late. There's a lot of rotten apples, and our objective is to make sure that we can save the rest.